Money Bomunus and Mozo Yamanegamont no Nobas in Ketata. Because this video is actually meant for Governor Eziokwu. Governor Eziokwu, I have noticed that now of recent, apart from your gas business, they showcase you online, which is a very good business. And me, I won't say people should buy from you or people not to buy from you. Or how am I? Go fine and good. I'm not here to spoil anybody's business or whatever. But my problem na this video ime Basalo Tinubu and Kezafia Donald Trump and government in the Nigeria or whatever, I don't know how you put it. My problem, what has this thing has to do with Ebuka Obi? What has this video in a now has to do with Evangelist Ebuka Obi? I accept the fact that now our people that are supposed to talk about insecurity, or some priests that are supposed to be raising alarm basalu insecurity, they're all kept quiet. Our Bundi Christians. There is no way this kind of thing geshineme. The priest, the pastor, the priest, the capital march protest against this bad government in Ebu Christians. And let me remind you one thing. Was it not early this year or whatever, can the Reverend Father Gallo Abuja to go and pay visit to Tinubu? I don't know the kind of meeting that they had there, but I'm expecting them to say something about the Bundi Christians at this country. But rather they went there and came back, and what is happening is still happening. I expected all the bishops from different states, we have 36 states in this country. I expected all the bishops from different states to march in protest, join with Reverend Fathers. There is no way Hanta Geshipota Keweru tear gas mo Werundi police throw or possible with their clothes, because they are the ones that we look up to. With their clothes, we again care up to her that tear gas. There are some pastors that I'm expecting to say something about the insecurity and I bu Nigeria, most especially Otesebusis the Christians. But some of the pastors kept quiet. Ebuka Obi say something about it. Some pastors say something about it. Ebuka Obi, he keeps saying about the insecurity in Nigeria. And Pastor Paul Eneche is saying something about the insecurity in Nigeria. Pastor Joshua Selman and the Apostle Selman is saying something about insecurity in Nigeria. There are many pastors that is saying it, but also remember the majority that is not raising alarm na this issue anyway basalo in the Nigeria. But you specifically face Evangelist Ebuka Obi. Must you mention his name na any video name? Almost ni kuroku basalo Evangelist Ebuka Obi. Obu ni kuroku basalo Ebuka Obi for 1 month majo egawu. Obu ni ohiafa afọ for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months egawu. Why is everything that has to do with him na fuge pepe? Ina sena grab la na ginike. Oye grab la na ginike. You say that the case no na court. Allow court to pass judgment. Kolo no as neje go tiyoku na court. The same go apotaruku. Then allow them to do their work. When they are done, they will pass judgment. Why crying this early morning? Because iya kabotutu. Mbagalu the altar chelo na ngokbala. Ekum na BP giga rise because Zion have come to stay in ngokbala. You people that don't like good thing, The same Ngokpala people came out na the last program na Ngokpala 100 days fasting and prayer close 11 that Ebuka Obi brought a very good thing na Ngokpala that nobody have ever thought of or maybe think of doing. Oyebiona, Mane Ebuka Obi came and decided to clear the bush. We develop that place. So many of them testifying, Ndokada say they are making 10,000, 8,000 a day. But because Zion have come there, they are now making 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, depending on dike shiwedege. Na haga look at how for the name asking, ha look at all her about store. The same thing the boss, business people, a lot of them are testifying. But because of the kind of hatred they will be one negi working, it that for the good thing o wete na bun. Mmadụ one na-azọ dị anaghị na-azọ. Ịbịa ihe kpote ndị mmadụ. Eme ha ga-eme ha pụta. Biko hafụ na Ebuka Obi ka o wuo mmiri tọgbara unu iko. Onye ka nsị ka ngwụ ya ga-asịrị m Igbo ndị manjem nene this video. Governor Eziokwu me. Then open you will chip it in comment section. Remember, no insults in comment section. All
right, my name is Prince Madabuchenyi. Today, I came across a publication made by President Donald J. Trump of the United States of America, where he showed expressly concerned over the genocide going on in this part of the world and the ethnic cleansing. Barely 24 hours later, our religious leaders made a counter publication declining or denying the fact that there are ethnic cleansings going on in this part of the world. I want to use this opportunity to let the world know that the religious leaders we have in this country that made this publication, these guys are worse than the terrorist organizations going on or we have in this part of the world. These guys, as much as I'm concerned, barely 24 hours ago, I knew this as I know my name, that monies will exchange hands and tables of or pulpits of God will receive certain amount of money, and these guys will start speaking from the both sides of their mouths. I want to let the world know that the ethnic cleansing or the genocide going on in this part of the world is nothing but realistic. This is real. I want to use my community, Ngokpala, local government area of Imo State, as a case study, where our land was invaded by the state government. We had a court judgment. A court issued a judgment around 2011 restricting the state government from forcefully acquisition of our land. The state government collected this land and later handed it over, sold it expressly, because those they sold it to, they are expressly mentioning that the land they acquired from the state government, and nobody is asking the government, did they actually acquire this land from the communities concerned? Along this whole process, arguments were raised, our youths were unarmed and with lesser approach of physical confrontation. These guys, these religious leaders or this religion or this particular preacher or man of God recruited certain terrorist organization attached to this said land as security men. They ended up taking the life of a young man by name Ogochukwu. They killed him, killed him till today. There are no justices. Nobody has ever sat, no court, no competent court of jurisdiction has sat over this case. The so-called man of God is still busy gallivanting himself up and down with his own members. And this evil is being shielded by the government of the day. They kept quiet. The government of Imo State kept quiet over this case. We've reported this matter to the Apex authorities and they have done nothing. Religious leaders in this part of the world can protect their evil as long as monies can come out of it. They will do so. President Donald J. Trump, they want to make you feel as if you didn't see anything. But everything you've heard, the petitions received in your office or by your office, are nothing but real. Do not believe in our religious leaders, for if these people comes out in free and fair elections or any contest with the devil itself, I want to assure President Donald J. Trump that the African religious leaders and politicians can win the devil in any contest, because hence it has to do with who is more wicked than the other. African religious leaders and our politicians are more of banditry than the devil himself. These guys are wicked, these guys are bad, these guys can acquire or they can take anything forcefully and give it to whomever they want. Our justice system in this part of the world is not functioning. When people speak up, they will become a prey in the hands of the lions or the wolves, of which clothe themselves to be politicians and political leaders. President Donald J. Trump, you talked about taking actions to protect the Christian communities in Nigeria. You don't need to seek for permissions of our leaders or our religious leaders before you do so, because the insecurity or the banditry going on in our own country or the terrorism going on in this part of the world has become a universal business. People do it with all form of audacity, and they are proud of it. So when you want to deal with them, you don't need their permission. Please, we beg of you, what you've done in Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, please, the replication of such actions would do us good in this part of the world. Thank you very much, and God bless you.